Hey, what's up, good people? How you doing? Welcome back to Stock Up with Larry Jones. Listen, I want to talk about something today that will help you financially. This is a little bit too much for me. A little bit financially, mentally, mentally and spiritually. All right. We're just talking about personal wealth. All right. Personal finances. And sometimes the things that we think that are not affecting us is costing us, right? And these are little subtle things that we do day in and day out. And we don't know how it has affected us year after year and actually generationally. And the title of this video, I wasn't going to make a video today, so I'm just going to go straight to it and get this message out. Treat them like the plague. Treat them like the plague. And what I mean by that is, and something in me wants to say, treat them like the plague that they are. It's people. Now, I'm going to say something right now. I want all of you, well, you know what? I'm gonna save it for down the road. I got a question to ask you. And this question is going to be for those of you that do shift work, line work, or you're in a cubicle, or you work with a lot of people, right? And yeah, let's just do it right now. If you work with people, and I'm going to ask you again at the end of this video, and you notice that they're not so smart, right? And when you first started working there, they sound like they're brilliant. They were tapped in. They knew everything. They was talking to everybody. But years later, you find out that they really don't know what they're talking about. So here's what the reason why I'm making this video. Some of you guys were smart. You are outgoers. You had dreams, aspirations. You had goals you wanted to accomplish, and you were bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, right? Remember those days, right? Some of you, has been so long you forgot. But what happens is you join this job, and then you started being around these people, and they are negative. Everything they talk about is negative. Everything they do is negative. Everything they see is short-sighted. They can't see past tomorrow, and that's all they do is complain about what's going on. For those of you, for some of you, it's you're the minority, and that's all they're doing is complaining about the man. And actually the man is the guy that you voted for, who's keeping you in an impoverished state. They're keeping you in an impoverished mentality. And so what I'm saying is literally treat them like the plague. Get away from them. I know someone who worked at a steel mill, right? And this goes for the same for you car manufacturers, people that work in cubicles. Sometimes you come in and you're smart, right? You're bright-eyed, you got vision, you got focus. But what happens is you're not loud. And then the loud person is the one that sits beside you every single day, and they complain. They tell you what we can't do. They tell you what you can't do, right? For those of you that haven't heard this story, I'm going to tell it again. I used to sell window siding and roofing, right? And I used to do it for Home Depot, actually, right? And then we had a database that we could log into, and we could see how everyone in the company is performing, right? What I did was I saw who was the lowest in the entire country. That person happened to be in Chicago, and he happened to be in my branch. So every once a week we had meetings, and I just listened to him. And everything he said was, we can't do this. They won't let us do that. We're capped out with what we can make, blah, 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 blah. Right? And then one of the highest paid was in Atlanta, Georgia. And I just remember we had this huge meeting of all of the salesmen. Back then, when you called to have windows or siding or roofing, it was a company called At Home Services. Well, I used to work for them. And then what I did was I found out the highest paid guy was coming to town. I called him and asked him, could I take him to lunch while he was in town? And we worked it out. I said, you pick the place, I'll pay for it. Oddly enough, everything that came out of his mouth is sky is the limit. We could do this, what we can. So you see the staunch differences in the two. The truth is when you hang around dumb people, you become dumb as a bag of rocks. You literally get dumbed down, just like in politics right now. All right. And so what happens, you don't know it, but either you're going to pull all the people around you up, good luck with that, or you're going to be dumbed down. Now, this affects you psychologically, mentally, and financially, okay? And so, but here's what happens. This is the honest to God truth. After I listened to the guy that was saying, yes, we can, the guy that was at the top. Now, we're doing the same job, averaging about the same amount of people we're sitting with, and we didn't get paid unless we sold. But when I listened to and bought into the guy that was at the top, I tripled my income. My wife is a witness. I tripled my income because I bought into the idea, yes, we can. And when I went and met with my clients, I had a different mindset. My work ethics, the amount of sits that we had was about the same. You had me and this guy on the same team, and I was making triple the money he was making. I almost slipped and called his name. Hopefully he's not watching. And that's what I want to tell you guys. Some of the people that surround you, you don't know it. They keep telling you what you can't do. They keep saying the man is keeping you down. Some of you on your jobs, it doesn't matter black or white. They're telling you what you can't do, what you can't do. And you don't know it, but you've been baptized in that belief, and it has dumbed you down, and it has caused you to lose money. And then what's happening now is some of these jobs, they don't even deserve you the jobs themselves, because it's actually the boss that's keeping you down. This is a fact that a lot of people don't know. A lot of the older time people like my dad and your dads and all of that, they gave a job 30 years of their lives. But the truth be told is you shouldn't give nobody 30 years of your lives now, because if you look at the statistics, you will see the people that only stay at a job tops 5 years, and then they go to the next job. Over their lifetime, they actually make 50% more money over their work history. 50%, not 50%. So sometimes you outgrow these companies, and it's time for you to do something else. Let me let this down. All right, let me put these glasses back on. And it's simply time for you to do something else. But the message of this video is treat them like the plague. And these are the naysayers, the people that call you and they don't even say hello before they start asking you for something. Hey, you go, hey, how you doing? And their first thing is, hey, I need. Hey, I need. It's always I need. And they never call and ask you how you're doing. And if you look over your life, that's all they've been doing is taking. So you need to take your phone and simply delete their numbers. I did this years ago. And I have people calling me today that haven't called me in years. And I go, who is this? Oh, this is me. Did my name not pop up? I go, nope. Oh, why not? I says, because everybody that's been taken from me, I deleted their numbers, and I didn't have to call again. And do I fit in that box? And I'm just quiet right then. Yep. If the shoe fit, wear it. Okay. So that's what I wanted to do. I just wanted to come in right now and let you know it's costing you mentally. Look, either you're going to go to work happy or you're going to go to work sad and depressed. Either you're going to live a happy life or you're going to live a sad and depressed life worrying about what you can't do. Over 83% of everything you worry about never comes to pass. Never. So why not be positive? So why not go after your dreams instead of hanging around people that tell you, oh, that's not going to work. Hey, I've been thinking and dreaming about doing this. Oh, that's not going to work. My friend did that. That's not going to work. Hey, you know what? I'm going to start investing in the stock market. Yeah, I got a friend. He lost all of his money. Well, your friend that lost all of his money, YOLO'd everything into a dumb play or into a company that had no revenue. So now the entire stock market is no good. You see what I mean? Some of these people that you are literally working with that you think got it together are as dumb as a bag of rocks. And some of them you need to treat like the plague. Now, some of you guys are going to think, oh, that's wrong. They're people too. You got to help yourself first. You got to, they tell you when you're on the plane, if the plane is going down, you put the mask on yourself first and then your kids. Why? Because you're not good to them. So the best thing you could do to them is show them that you could be better and live a better life and not worry about trying to pull them up, because you're going to need all of your strength. You're going to need all of your energies. You're going to need all of your resources to get yourself out of the mess, right? And so that's what I wanted to talk to you guys about. Now, this is financial advice because some of you have no savings, none. And you're in your 50s, late 40s, 50s, and some 60s. I want to let you know that don't listen to the naysayers. You could get started today, and you need to start where you are. I don't care if that's $5 a week. Buy fractional shares and get started on your financial future. It is never, ever, ever too late. So I just had to get that off of my chest after a conversation. Listen, sometimes you're married to these people. I get it. Dumb as a bag of rocks. I get it. Sometimes they're your nephews, your nieces, your husbands, your wives. I get it. Sometimes it's your employer. Sometimes it's your pastors. It is who it is. And I'm not pointing any fingers. All I'm telling you is treat them like the plague, make yourself better, and then let them see you. All right. Hey, if I've said anything that shined the light on anything, and if you know somebody at your job, especially for those of you that are doing shift work, especially some of you that's working at the car dealers, the steel mills, the coal mines, the cubicles in the office, any job where there's a bunch of people together, you know who they are, right? And some of them, you just sit there and you go, while they're talking. Yeah, and then this is going to happen. And then they're just going to come into all of our houses and and you just sitting there going, But I'm telling you right now, treat them like the plague. Go, hey, man, look, I got to work, man. Whatever. And then get around some positive people that's going to help you project, all right? That's going to, that are builders and dreamers, and not just dreamers, but doers, and then have the receipts to prove it, okay? All right, I'm going to leave that alone, good people. Listen, check the links below. I got some resources down there that would help you guys. For those of you that are new and even for those of you that haven't checked them out, just go through them and check them out, all right? I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Live, love, laugh, and learn.